What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We got a little live before lock, and this is going to be a smooth transition here with our special guest, TST. So here you go. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel, put hashtag TST. As always, no matter what, we'll give away a limited tier card. However, if we hit 200 live viewers, which we've gotten to 170, haven't gotten there yet. If we get to 200, I'll throw in a rare tier giveaway as well. So by liking the stream and subscribing and share this shit, share it to your Discords, your ex-girlfriends, share it to whoever you need to share it to. Get it out there. TST, my man, how are we doing?
Doing well. Looking forward to another game week on SORARE. Had a really nice champion lineup going, but then I had Big Honey. MVP. If he would have got me like 60, I was like top 300 or so.
Yeah, I kind of want to talk about that just for a second. We ran into this a few times this weekend with both Jokic and with Embiid, where they just didn't play on their second games. And well, Jokic didn't play for both of them. Also, a lot of Duke references here. Is that John Shire? Is that a Duke TST rep and gross? It's going to be tricky. Like the Embiid one, you couldn't even plan because they had a game, I think, on Thursday and then on Saturday or Sunday, or I think it was Saturday. And they rested. It wasn't even like a back-to-back, and it wasn't the front end of a back-to-back. Or in the back end, they just rested them. So I think we'll run into that a little bit more on the weekends than we will during the week, just because there's a shot they only have one game. So I don't know. We're always going to be in that situation. We're also running into one tonight as we'll go over some of the questionable news. Like Ja Morant is questionable, so there's that. It could be an ankle tweak, or it could just be on the back end of a back-to-back. Like, we have no idea. Before I run through some of the injury news, TST, is there any like big picture thoughts you got on this slate or anything you're targeting? Where's your brain at?
I mean, the Morant thing makes things interesting. I find just like the Middleton situation is going to be interesting. Maybe not this game week, but in the upcoming ones, that'll be something. And that kind of will be interesting how it shakes up. Got a couple 3-game teams, right? So we got Spurs, Rockets. Mm-hmm. Is there any others that have 3? But that's trying like the dad.
Just getting roasted.
I know.
Right now.
Yeah, I guess tough wearing a polo, eh?
I'm with you. The Bucks thing is going to be really interesting with Middleton coming back. I agree with you too. Actually, I picked up somebody similar in Clint Capella today that I think he's a better play like game weeker now. Yeah, if TST comes back with a different shirt on, I'm going to laugh my ass off. But I did the same thing with Capella where like he's been on a minutes restriction, so his performance has come down a little bit, but he's slowly going to get that minute restriction lifted. He's back to playing 30 minutes. I think he's going to have a nice little run for a couple of weeks. So let's get into some of the injury news. But as new people are showing up, just remember, like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag TST in the chat. Let's get to 200. I thought for sure you were going to change by the time you came back, that you were switching shirts. I thought that's what was happening. All right, let's get into some of these injury news here. So some of the big dogs, Giannis is back. It looks like Chris Middleton's going to be back. I'm assuming he's going to be on a minutes limit restriction. So Middleton's definitely not playing, but it does make me wonder, like, Holiday's pretty priced up because of capped up because of his recent performance with no Giannis this last game week. So I don't know. Keep that in mind. Ja being questionable really throws a wrench into some stuff. LaMelo's still questionable. Selfishly, I hope he sits because it's Bryce McGowan season. Rudy Gobert seems forever questionable. Killian Hayes, did he just get ruled out in like the last 2 minutes? Because he was questionable when he was game time when I hit the start of the show. Let me do a quick refresh over here. Let's see. He must have just gotten ruled out. Andrew Nembhard's listed for questionable tomorrow. Donovan Mitchell looks like he's returning tomorrow. Yeah, Killian Hayes ruled out. Time Lord's also been ruled out. I believe Marcus Smart's ruled out as well. And then Steven Adams is questionable too. So I'm sure we'll have more news come through as we get closer. Again, we're going to be using Momentum Labs projections, so you can find a link to that in the show notes as we dive in. And then, as we always do, right, we're going to go over some of the projections. Then we will take some Q&As and stuff like that. So get them ready, baby. I'll also just same setup that we had this past game week, right? You can see I already did my 20 lineups, by the way, bitch. We got a limited contender, limited champ, limited Western Conference, rare contender, rare champ. They announced last week, coming soon, we're going to have a rare underdog, TST's favorite contest, and then a rare no cap. So more ways to use our cards. Excited for that. especially because I own a lot of dog shit rares. I'm excited to have the rare underdog. Most of my rewards. Shout out Tori Craig. All right, let's get into some of these projections. Again, we're using moment ranks. You can find a link to them in the chat to get behind that.
Momentum Labs.
Oh, what did I say?
Moment ranks.
Oh my God, can you imagine, dude? Did I do that both times too? Or
No, just the second time.
Dude, shout out moment ranks though, bro. All right, here we go. Wait, Felix is always debating if I should cash in on players like Pritchard this week or if I should use them to get more rewards. I think that is a great question, Felix, that no one can answer but you. I've gone both ways. Nice. But I've done it with like Jericho Sims right now. I'm still holding, which we'll get into. All right, let's look at some of these caps. Down here, Josh Christopher's popping a little bit, but again, I say this every week. Like, yes, this looks good, but he's going to cap a 5 and a projection at 7.5. So, like, whatever. Sammy Hausa with some of the Celtics injury news. He pops a little bit, but nothing that's too exciting for me. The first one that really cooked what is Peyton Pritchard, the aforementioned, right? He's going to cap a 7 and a projection of 21.5. What's your stance here with the Bostonian Celtics?
Like I have a Pritchard. I'm gonna play him, but I'm not like super confident. I do like that they have 3 games, even though like, I mean, here he has a projected playing 1 game here. So if you're not familiar with Momentum Labs, it says 1 game because he's only projected of getting minutes in a game, even though I think the Celtics have 3. Just like, I mean, he's not necessarily like going to be that smash of a hit with Tatum, Brown, and Derek White still. Yeah, he's going to get minutes that he doesn't normally. So he's not like one where I'm like super confident in him because, you know, he's not going to have the great usage. It will depend on kind of how the game is going probably too. His minutes could like go pretty high if there's some sort of blowout. So I'm still going to play him. It's just like that guaranteed of 20 to 30 points. I don't know about that.
No, I think this is one of those, like, I feel like this is a cop-out answer we give a lot of the times, but, like, I'm not buying Peyton Pritchard, but if you have Peyton Pritchard, I think he's a great play. And if you sell him, I think that's fine, too. I'm with you, though. The one nice thing about someone like Peyton Pritchard compared to a lot of these guys down here is Peyton will get a couple of rebounds, oddly enough, because even though he's, like, a really short guy, he'll get a couple of assists. So, like, he's not going to murder you. And if his 3 balls on, he'll get there. Like, he'll be a great play. So, I love the Peyton Pritchard play, but not enough that I'm like, oh my God. Like I went out and bought a Jericho Sims last week before he like really pumped. Cause I thought he had like, I don't know, a cap of 6 or whatever. And it's very easy for him to double. So I don't think he's like that great of a play, but I still think he's really good. A Garuba, Metu, and then we got Luke Cornett because of the Time Lord situation. But again, none of those like, I don't know, anybody else like sub 10, you're going out of your way. I mean, here's Jericho Sims with a cap of 9 projection of 24. Anybody else like down in the dumpster that you're really trying to get in there?
Not really. Sims is obviously the obvious one. I think like the difference between Sims and Pritchard too is that like Pritchard is like only is really projecting for that 1 game. Sims will likely have a couple stabs at it. He's projected to get like a lot of minutes compared to Pritchard. So that's definitely one that is interesting. And, you know, if you have them, I mean, and that's a scenario where like, I don't love it at $17, but I mean, it depends how like aggressive you get in, you know, the marketplace for setting your lineups. I'm more like use what I got type of player and have just like, you know, you like save my rewards and then hope that, you know, they pop at different points. Like Peyton Pritchard, I don't know if this one was, but I had a reward at one point. So I had 2 Peyton Pritchards at one point, got to sell one during the pump and then keep one for situations like this. So
no, that is nice. I will say too, there's a lot of questions coming in on Luke Cornett here all at once. So the Celtics are pretty deep. So yes, Time Lord is out, but just remember what Luke Cornett's minutes were the first half of the season when they didn't have Time Lord, right? So that's still going to be split between him and Blake. They still have Al. They still have Grant Williams. Now they do play it back-to-back, and if you want to project that Time Lord's going to miss all of the games and that Al sits the back-to-back, then you can definitely take a shot on Luke Cornett. There's definitely some risk, though, so keep that in mind. Andrew was asking thoughts on Kevin Knox with an L10 of 10, given Killian Hayes' absence. So let's look at it. You can actually see who I have highlighted here. and that's Isaiah Livers, because I thought he was actually going to get the nicest bump out of everyone. But let's look up Knox here. So Knox isn't projecting right now. That will change. I do think, though, Isaiah Livers, like, I know he's got a cap of 14, a projection of 12.5. I think that's going to go up with Killian Hayes out. I think it makes Jaden Ivey like a really, really good play if he wasn't already a good play. So maybe we get an update on that from Momentum Labs before we get closer. But I think I would lean Isaiah Livers way over our friends Kevin Knox. I might be wrong. I might be wrong on that. Wait, Grant Williams was already ruled out Monday? Or is that Robert Williams? Hold on. Is that because if Grant Williams is ruled out, Luke Cornett's a great play, but I'm pretty sure it was just Robert Williams that was ruled out. So I don't know. All right, let me catch up on the chat a little bit more. I see SORARE NBA squad. My man crushed an Anthony Edwards super rare from a contest.
Damn.
A contest reward. So hell yeah. All right, what else we got? Knox. All right, so people are playing some Knox. Zach Collins versus Mark Williams. All right, hold on. We'll get to some of those questions. Let's get back. I got myself distracted here. I just want to see if there's anybody else that's popping. We stopped at Jericho Sims. Isaiah Hartenstein burned a lot of people this last game week, right? Because everybody thought he was going to be the main guy. Ended up being Sims. I think he's still a fine play. Just I hope you're not spending $150 for his rare. Jalen Williams is projecting really well, and that's not the wing. That's the big. But again, predicting OKC big men is brutal. So good luck. Good luck. Dwight Powell, same thing. He's got a cap of 12, projection of almost 20. I'm not playing.
Dwight Powell, like, I'm probably going to play this week just simply because, like, in a contender or something, because it's going to get me to someone good. But
yeah,
he is the most disappointing, well-projecting player. Like, that's been the most frustrating all year. It's like, the guy can't score over 20 SORARE points. So do not expect anything of a smash hit or anything. It's like you're lucky if he gets to 18. And his cap has gone between like 7 and 15 this year. And he always projects like 1 or 2 points over. Now he's projecting better because of Christian Wood.
Right.
But like he doesn't get any more usage because of Christian Wood, because his game does not involve him touching the ball unless it is to like finish a dunk.
No, Dwight Powell is the worst. He really is the worst to root for. I totally agree. People are asking about Christian Brown. I know he's got a cap of 3, but he's only been playing when a bunch of people sit. So I don't know the status of Michael Porter Jr. with everything going on with his family, and I don't know if he's going to miss more time. That story was crazy. So I don't know if he's going to miss more time, but you really need 2 guys to miss. You do, for him to be like super playable. They've kind of buried him lately. So, all right, let's get back to where I was here. Dwight Powell, he can fuck off. Joe Harris, still going to be a great play. Derek Jones is fine. Larry Nance Jr. is projecting pretty well for a cap of 15 and 21 projection. Just seeing if there's anybody else. Jayshawn Tate, Precious Achiuwa, Drew Eubanks, whatever. Nobody really popping down in this 20 range. So
if Precious Achiuwa had more than one game, I'd be all over that. If you have him and you're looking for someone in that range, I always hate one game for those players you're looking to, like those lower cap players, but he's going to get a ton of minutes if, OG remains out. And, he slides in the starting lineup, but regardless if he's in the starting lineup or not, because they do weird things, Nick Nurse will throw something weird out at all the times. He's still going to get like significant minutes. And
I'm excited for Precious in like game week 38 after the Raptors have traded some dudes. And then it'll be game time. All right, I'm seeing more questions coming in. We're almost there. We're almost at question time. What I'm going to do this time that's a little bit different, I'm going to just go over my lineup quickly instead of doing it at the end because I feel like it messes with the flow when I do it at the end. Like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag TST for a shot at the giveaway. We're at 147 already. 53 more versions. We need them all in here so that we can give away a rare tier instead of that limited tier. So make sure you've liked the stream, subscribe, put hashtag TST into the chat, and then go share this with people. Let's get more people up in here. Quickly, I'm going to show you guys what I'm rocking with for my lineups this week. My rare contender right here. This is my squad. Scotty Barnes, Clint Capella was the guy that I was talking about earlier, where I picked him up this week because I think he's going to be a good play in a couple of weeks when his cap really comes down after his performance. I think he's still a fine play this week. Then I still got Bryce McGowan's in there. I'm hoping LaMelo sits. Jericho Sims, and then I scooped up a DeLon right here for the Wizards. So that's going to be my rare contender. I don't love this, but I think it's fine. Like, I like Scotty. I know he's only got one game, but I have to play Scotty at this point, you know?
Yeah, he's been crushing.
Yeah, he has been. And then Capella, I think it's risky this week, but I kind of like it in the next couple of weeks too. I think everybody fell in love with Okongwu, myself included, but Capella is still a little bit better than him and a little bit more dynamic.
Okongwu's banged up right now, and so they may just lean a little more on Capella a little quicker than they might have.
That's what I'm
hoping.
Or
anything. So even this week, you could have something.
Yeah. All right. I'll show you quickly. We'll do my limited champ. So limited champ, we got LeBron, Sabonis. I know there were some questions about Mark Williams. He just fit nicely. They got 3 games. I'm hoping Plum Dog sits for one of them. That's basically what I'm rooting for here. Josh Green, who I really like for a cap of 15. I don't know, actually. Let's see how Josh Green's projecting. I didn't see him popping, but I do like Josh Green. Yeah, he's got a cap of 15 and projection of 19. So
yeah, and he's had a couple good games or solid games since he's been back. Nothing crazy, but
yeah. And then Desmond Bane, I threw him in as my last piece. I really like this squad if I can get a ceiling game from one of those two. And then my limited contender will be the last one I show you because my limited Western Conference is kind of leftovers. I picked up a Brandon Clark. I'm just going to hope Steven Adams sits. Cap of 23. Ben Simmons, I don't love, but whatever. Cam Johnson, hopefully his minutes get lifted a little bit more. DFS here. And then I took a shot at Malachi Branham because they have 3 games. Like maybe some people sit. So I don't love this one, but that's how I feel about most of my contender lineups where it's just like, all right, good luck, dude. I don't know. Anything you're excited about for your squads this week before I get into questions?
I'm pretty happy with my limited champion. I managed. I played TJ another time. I just feel like I'm going to be let down eventually. He's been crushing it for me, but McConnell? I got Jokic. Yeah, I got Jokic, Kuzma, PJ Washington, TJ McConnell, and Jabari Smith Jr.
Oh, that's nice.
As one, so it went pretty balanced there, but I'm hoping Jabari Smith Jr. With 3 games can he can have some pretty big games this year so far. Definitely. So hopefully we can get one of those, and then TJ. I mean, at least get in the 30s, and then I'm happy with you this week.
I like that. All right, let's do it. Fire in some questions. If you guys got them, I'll start here. We got LaMelo or LeBron. It's got to be LeBron just because we don't know if LaMelo's playing. I think like LeBron, right there he goes. He's got a cap of 56 and projection 51. I know it's a high cap. I'm assuming you're talking MVP here. LaMelo has a cap of 45, which is nice, projection of 47. So even if LaMelo plays, LeBron still is probably a better play there. I don't know. Do you disagree there at all?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, like you could start to try to make the argument because he has 3 games, but
yeah,
the fact he's questionable, that gets thrown out the window.
A couple of things, and then I'm going to turn it over to you, TST, because it's the Tyus Jones corner. But Zeeley's asking about Middleton not a play. So Middleton's probable, but I don't see a world in which he plays 30 minutes. You know, like it's probably 18 to 20s. Like Jonathan Isaac for the Magic is playing tonight, and the note just came out. He's projected for 8 to 10 minutes, says the coach. So like you don't know what Middleton's first game back is going to be like. I would wait and see on that. Scary Terry or De'Aaron Fox we got over here. Are those the same caps? That's interesting to me. Terry is a cap of 38, projection of 34. Fox is wow, yeah. I think it's Fox, right? Is that where you would go to?
Yeah, I'd go Fox because Scary Terry, he's up there from LaMelo missing games. So
yeah,
you're like, you're not benefiting by the lower cap because it's already up there from him missing games earlier.
Yeah. Sir Lutze is saying, not sure if you've spoken about it, but what do we think about Tyus Jones? Here you go. The floor is yours. The Tyus Jones whisperer over here.
So I don't love Tyus Jones because his cap's too high right now.
Yeah.
He's always a go-to when we know Jaw is missing, but Jaw's missed recently. So that already happened and we haven't had enough time for him to cool off really. So, he's caps at 31. I think it's at least 30. If we look at what are we hoping for? We're maybe getting a 40, be crazy for him to give you 50. And you even need a decent game for him to even reach his cap. And because Jaw isn't even for sure out, we could easily get a game where he underperforms his cap. So I'd be weary of playing him this week.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you got him and we get word that Ja's out in time, sure, but that's like a pretty big cap for a risk shot, and they have the last game tonight, I think, too. So most likely we're not going to get that news in time.
I prefer Bane as a play.
Yeah, Bane's a smash
even
this
though,
week.
And it's like his cap has gone up a little bit since last week, because last week he was only like 31. So
yeah,
if you could have had that cap and Ja miss, that would have been.
Yeah, that's a great call. Nathan Knight, as resident Minnesotan, Aaron Boylan in the chat. So Rudy Gobert's questionable. I mean, if Rudy misses again, I think it's fine. I don't know though. I mean, there's definitely a lot of risk in that. Depends what your risk tolerance is. All right, let's catch up here. Ayo, Batum, or Isaiah Jackson? I've got the sheets open, but I don't think Isaiah Jackson's a play. Right? Because I think Miles Turner and Jalen Smith both in. Let me see what Isaiah Jackson is projecting here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My initial lean just says Ayo. Where are you at?
Yeah, that was also going to be mine. Was Ayo. I mean, Ayo's been kind of disappointing this year, I would say, in general. So he's kind of the safe play in a way too. But like, it's not like the other players he was talking about have huge upside. So I go Ayo.
Yeah. Şengün is going to be a good play for the rest of our goddamn lives. He is like my favorite.
He's going to be an MVP caliber.
Seriously.
You're going to slide him in as your MVP soon.
There was a wild quote from Coach Silas today about Şengün, almost being like, yeah, he was a real shoot first guy, and now he still does that sometimes, but he's looking to pass a little bit more. I was like, bro, he's on a team with Jalen Green and Kevin Porter Jr. How dare you say that when you've got those two guys taking like 30 shots a game? What are you talking? It was a crazy quote.
Was he just saying like, no, he was shoot first. He's allowed to stay on our team, guys. Like, he was just making sure that the general manager didn't trade him. Like, oh, no, he shoots first. Don't worry.
Yeah, it was so bizarre. Bucci Bane has a cap of 47 and a projection of 42. Jackson Jr. Has a cap of 44 and a projection of 40. So Vooch seems to project a little bit better. Vooch has kind of been a monster the last couple of weeks too, with some big rebound games. So I'm fine with that. Do you have a preference?
I mean, I'd go Vooch there. I mean, Jaren Jackson Jr., like, you're hoping for a big block game if you're wanting him. So I'd go Vooch.
Yeah, I'd lean Vooch too. Keldon projects a little bit better than Thomas Bryant. We've got Kessler or Banchero. I'm kind of out on Kessler as a play right now. I mean, he's still got a cap of 33 and a projection of 36.5. So what do I know? And Paolo has a cap of 33 and a projection of 34. I think Walker Kessler is a pretty high ceiling, but also has like a super low floor right now with all of the other Utah pieces back. But I don't know. Do you care either way?
Banchero seems to be like he had at the very beginning of the year, he was hitting his ceiling, was kind of cooled off, had a little bit where he's hitting ceiling, but I feel like he's in the like cool off period right now too, a little bit. So that's kind of a toss up for me.
Yeah. We got Garland or Brunson. Brunson projects a little bit better. I also know too, Donovan Mitchell looks like he's going to play tomorrow. So that limits Garland can still be a great play, but it limits like the super ceiling from him. Veronica's asking if Jokic is still in. We still don't know about Jokic. I think he's questionable. I think I would lean Jokic, but that's me.
I'm playing him again, but
yeah, he's just like, you're trying to win. You know what I mean? Siakam, what do you think about Siakam with one game? I mean, he's been an absolute monster lately, but where are you at with him?
It's definitely like, I'd say his risk. What's his cap at right now? 38?
Yeah, I think it's up, or let's see. Siakam has a cap of 38, projection of 43 in one game.
You know what? I think he's less of a risk than Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, I do too.
With a cap of 38, so.
I do too. Mike's asking, what's the final opinion on McGowan's now, please? Well, I would like to know if LaMelo's out, right? Mike, I'm rolling him in my lineup. I don't even have a backup plan, so I've never rooted for someone's ankle to deteriorate more. They do have 3 games, right? So I would be surprised to see LaMelo come out and play all 3 games. So I'm just rooting for that. But that is a risk take, Mike. So I don't know. Don't take that to the bank there. My Jazz was asking about Kenyon Martin Jr. Kenyon Martin Jr. getting a little bit more run lately, or Brandon Clark. Clark's not projecting super well in here, but I'm banking on Steven Adams being out and that giving him a little bit of a boost. Kenyon Martin seems to be a much better play, though.
Yeah, 3 games too.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes me feel dumb for even scooping up a Brandon Clark today. Nurkic, OG, or Josh Richardson? Before I look, what do you think?
I like Nurk, even though he's had a couple bad games recently.
Yeah, he's looked rough.
But
they have 2 games, cap at 31, projection at 34. Richardson has cap at 20. Yeah, so it's definitely not Richardson. And then what was the other one? OG? OG Anunoby, cap at 31, projection at 34. So yeah, it definitely seems like that's
OG's questionable, so
oh yeah.
With 1 game too, that's unless you get some news, I would avoid that.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, let's remind the people we're at 144, baby. We need to get to 200, though. We've got 122 entrants. Let's get 200 live viewers. Like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag TST. We'll give away at least a limited. If we get up to 200, we'll make that baby a rare. All right, let's keep it moving with some questions. I'm sorry if I'm skipping some, but we're doing a lot at once. Rudy Gobert, it's always going to be Wendell Carter Jr. for me because deep down in my heart of hearts, I think Rudy is awful. No, Rudy's still questionable, so I think it's safer to go Wendell Carter. Right?
Yeah. I mean, Rudy's been frustrating as hell because you know that he could just have he still has like a 20-25 block game in him. It's going to happen at some point.
Yeah, but he's gonna play, dude. He's like, it's like
that'd be the first step to get him.
Yeah. Wow. I can't believe we're even asking this question, but I think it's a good one. Claxton or Franz? I mean, wow. Claxton's been freaking balling. But I think how high is Claxy's cap now? He's gonna cap of 38. But a projection of almost 38. The Franz has a cap. Yeah, wow, holy shit. Claxton is projecting better than Franz Wagner. That's amazing. Wow. God. Yeah, I guess it's Claxton. So we're in NBA Squad's asking about Zeke or AJ Griffin on a cap of 13. Man, AJ Griffin's. I don't know. What do you think?
How many minutes is AJ Griffin getting these days?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like AJ Griffin is probably a safer play in the sense that he's got more guaranteed minutes. So he's got a cap of 13 and projection of 12. But Zeke, on the other hand, like if Jokic sits or Michael Porter Jr. misses, like I think I would take. They're basically projecting the same. Let's roll with Zeke, baby. Let's roll with Zeke. Zeely asked about Dennis Smith Jr. I think the same applies to Bryce McGowan's. Like he's probably a fine play. But he's I don't know. I feel better if LaMelo is out. Will Jericho Sims keep starting for the Knicks? I mean, I think so. You started both those until Mitchell Robinson comes back, you know?
Yeah.
Let's see. We already talked about Şengün. Man, I'm so far behind on questions. My bad. Dominic says, greetings from Vienna. What are your thoughts about my rare champion? Sabonbone, DeRozan, Kyle Anderson, Joe Harrison, Maxey. I mean, this looks nice.
That's nice.
Right?
Maxey's only 1 game, but his cap is really nice right now.
Yeah, he really is. Jamie says Malik Beasley, Kenyon Martin, or Amadou Diallo, who has the highest ceiling? You know, it's funny. I can't believe Diallo is in the conversation, but especially with Hayes out too. I guess Amadou Diallo is not a bad play here. I think my initial call is Kenyon Martin Jr., but let's see what Bees disappointed me over the weekend, but let's see. He's at a cap of 22, projection of 27. Wow, that seems high. We already looked at Kenyon Martin Jr., who's right below him. So technically Beasley projects a little bit better. What's Diallo though? Diallo's got but this is before the Killian Hayes news. So I would say, man, God, that's a coin flip, Jamie. That couldn't be, or what's it, like a 3-headed coin? Is it a die flip? That's tough. Jamie, I can't help you, Jamie. Go with your.
My coin only has 2 sides.
I can only pick 2. Let's see what else you got. Schroeder, Sims, or Bullock. Oh wait, Schroeder and Sims or Bullock? Oh, Schroeder. It's Schroeder. Yeah. Reggie Bullock sucks, dude. I'm sorry, I can't. I mean, no offense. And there's definitely offense there. All right, let's keep moving. What else we got? What would you go with here? Tatum? Oh, this is a good one, Mohammed. What would you go with? Tatum, Mark Williams, and Hartenstein, Siakam, Ivy, and Mathurin.
Oof, this is tough. Mark Williams. He has 3 games. Tatum has 3 games. Siakam only has 1 game.
Yeah, it's pretty close, man. If you told me that Mason Plumlee or Miles Plumlee or Gregory Plumlee, whatever Plumlee is on the Hornets, if you told me he was going to miss 1 game of the 3 that the Hornets played, I would lock and load Tatum, Williams, and Hartenstein. But like the floor on Ivy and Mathurin is like way higher than Mark Williams and Hartenstein.
Yeah, but I also think, that's tough. That is tough. I think I'd go A because of the multiple games. But if we were just talking like 1 game we only had, I might go B.
Yeah. All right. There's your answer. Oh, God, I'm so far behind on the chat. Weaselmon says Dame or Lauri Markkanen. Oh, my God. It's got
also. You thought that was going to be a question before this year started?
I know. Dame or Lauri. Yeah. If there was someone else named Dame. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's Dame, though. A lot of look at this. A lot of mixing it up a little bit. He's like, hey, I don't want you to ask the same or answer the same type of questions. All right, so top 3 plays of Cap 34 to 30 here. So let's start here. Luckily, they're all highlighted in an appropriate green. So we see Chris Paul and Jamal Murray, Jakob Poeltl all at the top of the 34s. Franz, wow, this is a really deep zone, right? Franz Wagner in here, Mikal Bridges, Steven Adams. I don't know if that let's Desmond Bain. Oh no, Desmond Bain's 35. Sorry. What is out of that list? Does anything pop to you?
I almost want to say Keldon Johnson.
Yeah, Keldon Johnson's pretty nice there. So we got to pick 3. All right, I'll put Keldon Johnson in. I'm weirdly going to put Chris Paul in, even though maybe that's too recency bias, but I feel like he's almost like, oh, you think I'm old? You think the Suns are done? He was really impressive in that first game back or second game back. Yeah, I'm going to say Chris Paul, Jamal Murray. We'll throw in Keldon Johnson in there as well. Those are going to be my favorites. Thanks, Lotto. Let's see what else we got. Badavine saying Kenny Martin sucks, though. Okay, well, that's a good counter. Yeah, so does Nurk, though, Badavine. A lot of trade rumors for it. Wouldn't be NBA trade deadline day if Josh Richardson wasn't involved in a trade. So that's what happens. Again, Claxton or Garland. What is happening in the NBA now? There's no way. Is it really Claxton? Let's look this up. Garland has it's Garland. It's Garland. All right, we're not wiling out too much. It's Garland. Thank God, man.
I'm also taking Garland. Like even with Mitchell, his ceiling's higher.
Doctor Who is asking about Kendrick Nunn. Also, let me remind the people, we're at 164 viewers, baby. 36 away from giving away a rare. Like the stream, subscribe, hashtag TST to enter that. It'll be a limited regardless, but get in there. Will Kendrick Nunn get more playing time? I don't think so, man. They got Monty Morris, Jordan Goodwin, Bradley Beal, Will Barton. Like, there's too many of those types of players on their team. I don't think Kendrick Nunn gets a ton.
Yeah, that wasn't why they made it. They didn't make the trade for Kendrick.
No, they weren't like,
for the draft.
Give me the. Wait, what Brown is this? I don't even know. Jaylen Brown's. Jaylen Brown 3 games. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander 1 game. It's got to be Shea still. Jaylen Brown has a cap of 40, projection of 42. Shea's going to score 30 real ass points.
Ever since Giddey's been balling, Shea's, there's a reason his cap's getting down to the lower 40s.
I mean, he's putting up 30. He's still scoring like 32 a game.
I know. I'm just saying he's not like at the start of the season on SORARE. I'm not talking as a basketball player. I'm talking, I'm talking about the extra stuff, not just the points.
Fine. I'm still taking Shea though, and I'm a homer, so there you go. Take that. Rilo is saying Trey Murphy or Mathurin. I actually think those are the 2 best plays of the cap of 21 because I was looking at trying to buy something earlier. Yeah, so here we go. Trey Murphy has a cap of 21, projection 27.6. Matherin has 27.3. I will say they did say that Brandon Ingram is doubtful for tomorrow, so that's another game without those wings. Najee Marshall missed their last game too. So originally I was going to lean the other way with Matherin, but I actually think Trey Murphy's a better play.
I'd go Matherin because of ceiling. I feel like Matherin has a higher ceiling though.
Yeah. All right, fine. Zealy saying 8 and 2 games, or Herder 2 games, or PJ 3 games, or we gotta narrow this down to 2. We don't know if Aiton's back yet, right? So we don't know that. Yeah. I'd say either Herder or PJ probably.
I'd probably go PJ.
Oh, Matty 2 giving us some news saying Diallo's more affected by the beef stew being out. He's been playing the 4-5 most recently. Wow, that is stunning. Veronica says Brandon Clark and Diallo or Middleton and Vincent. It's definitely Clark and Diallo. I really there's a real chance Middleton plays 14 minutes. I don't think you can play Middleton this week.
It's wild. It's wild that his cap's so low.
What is it, 23?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, even with I guess listen, if you're looking for that EV or whatever we say, technically it's a good play. So I wouldn't do it yet. That's just me though. I also suck at this game. Ty's not projecting, so keep that. I don't know about Ty. We the people saying Mark is getting run regardless of Plum. Yeah, Mark's been great. I just would love a situation because even when the Hornets are getting smoked, they make sure to get Plumlee back in. And I'm like, guys, just lose the game. Garbage time. All right. Any thoughts about top? Oh, I seriously, Badavine, what are we doing? You tricking me with top shot questions? Fox or DeJounte? Where do you land on this, AA Ron?
Fox or DeJounte? I think I'd go Fox.
Yeah, I think I'd go Fox too. The Hawks have been hot lately. DeJounte's actually been playing well too. Let me find DeJounte. He's got a cap of 40, projection of 37. We already looked at Fox, right? Fox has a cap of 38, I believe, and a projection of 41. So he is projecting a little bit better.
So Hallert, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. 98 there. Thoughts on Beal? I think his cap has put him at a really interesting spot. And going back to that question, plays between 30 and 34. I think Beal is a pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't care what the projection's saying. Porzingis is out now. He's going to do a lot of the playmaking too. So I wouldn't be surprised if he can start knocking down some more shots. He's going to have a big game here or there, and a cap of 31. I'll roll the dice with him.
I like that. Also, 33 away from 200. Can we please do it? Once? We've been yelling about it for a while. Would you rather start Horford or Brogdon in a limited contender? Wow. That's a pretty good one because they're both impacted by injuries. I feel like I want Brogdon still because I think Brogdon's going to come off the bench still. But
isn't Brogdon out?
No, Marcus Smart's out. Is Brogdon out too?
Oh
wait, I mean, it says he's out here. Is that right? Let me check something. Sorry.
Brogdon is out. Personal.
Okay, yeah. Let's not play Brogdon. Yeah,
but they have 3 games. So
yeah, but if Marcus Smart comes back for one of them at a cap of 31, it's just not worth it, man.
Oh yeah, cap's at 31. I didn't know that.
Yeah, his cap's at 31. Where Horford is probably a similar cap. He's got a cap of 27, a projection of 26.5. I just go Al there, man.
Yeah, and you're probably only getting 2 games out of Al, but
that's right. I did see this. He's about to have a baby. All right, gents. Jared Allen and Nurkic. Allen, Nurkic, or Ayton for this game week. I'm nervous about DeAndre Ayton just because he hasn't been playing lately. But let me. DeAndre Ayton has all right, he's projected in cap at 31 and projection at 38. Nurk is definitely below him. And then I imagine Jared Allen's probably a little bit below him as well. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, listen, if you want to roll with Ayton, if you think he's gonna play and he's good to go, if you trust John Boy Beats, he's clearly the best play, right?
I think if Ayton's playing, you want him. If you're scared of getting a no play situation, then I'd go Nurk.
Yeah, I'm with you. Has there been any thoughts on Hayward yet? Is he playing? I mean, Yeah, I guess he's playing. I mean, his cap is freaking low for 3 games. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not playing Gordon Hayward, okay? I saw that ankle. Saw it happen against Cleveland and Boston. I'm not doing it.
Never.
All right, what else we got? Okoji, is he playing? Yeah. I mean, like Okoji just went off though. So like projection of 10. So keep that in mind. I don't think that's like a safe play by any means. Brogdon out, it's trade. What's going on? No, Brogdon's not getting traded. Zendaya or Blake Lively? It's Zendaya. What are we doing, dude? Zendaya is Michi. All right, what else? Did we catch up on questions? Brooks or Alvarado? Man, I do not. I just like never want to play Dylan Brooks because he can just go 4 for 40. He's got a cap of 20 and a projection of 24. Jose has a cap. All right, yeah, Brooks is definitely the better play.
Wow, Alvarado's cap's up to 21.
I know. He's been balling, baby. This is a fun one. This is a good one. Good question here. Precious or Zubac? We talked about Precious. They only have 1 game, but he is Precious. He's been playing really well, or he can get hot. Cap of 16, projection of 21. And the other one being Zubac. I imagine Zubac's cap's a lot higher than that, right?
22, I think. 23.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is Zubac, right?
Yeah, I guess if like that's your last slot and you have extra cap and you're choosing between them. But I feel like if Precious can get you something better, then I'd go that way.
Yeah. Rolls asking, do you think Hauser can live up to his projection? This is what I would say. This is my Boston prediction on Sammy Hauser. If like his ceiling can be pretty high because we've seen him hit like 6 threes and a half. I will say there's lots of paths to him still only playing like 10 minutes. I like clearly he was in the rotation earlier in the season and they've slowly whittled him out of the rotation. So I'm not super confident in Sammy Hauser. However, he does have some upside if he gets hot. If the Celtics play in a blowout, it only takes like 3 threes from him and he crushes, you know? So also 25 away from 200. Let's go. Let's make this happen so I can just go more into the red. Like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag TST. Let's do it.
More in the red by giving out a red.
That's right. That's right. What do you think of Gil from the Wizards who will play for Porzingis? Okay, I'm never playing Gil ever. He's got cap of 5, projection of 10. He seems to be a great play. If you want to do it, go for it. I think he is bad at basketball. I would rather take shots on everyone else on that team. Like Delon Wright, welcome aboard. I don't know. What are you doing with Anthony Gill?
I'm not thinking of Anthony Gill at all.
I listen. Same thing we've said for a lot of these Garbagios. If you have Anthony Gill and you don't want to sell Anthony Gill, fine, go for it. Don't go buy Anthony Gill right now. Borland,
I would rather go Gafford, I think.
Yeah. Oh my God, Gafford who can like block. Also, just shout out Borland was trying to get that joke in there. But yeah, like cap is a wild difference, right? If you're trying to fit in the last piece of 5 versus 23. But yeah, Borland, I would take Austin Rivers over Luka. I hate Austin Rivers' podcast. I just want to throw that out there. I hate that the Ringer is making me listen to it when on my downloads. It tricks me every time. I'm so mad. All right, what else we got here? Any news on Jokic? No. Let me do a refresh, though, on the injury news to see if anything else came down the pipeline. We get about 10 more minutes here today, and then I got to go record myself again. No other injury news has come out yet. We got Ben Simmons. Oh, God. Ben Simmons and Kenyon Martin Jr. or Ivy and Kenyon Martin Jr. You could have, Dead Cat, I love you. You could have just said Ben Simmons or Jaden Ivey. But I like that I knew that Kenyon Martin Jr. was in your lineup. I think it's Jaden Ivey, right? I think it's Jaden Ivey.
Yeah. Ben Simmons is such a tease.
I know he is like he really is he is going to win someone a game week sometime soon, but it's not going to be mine.
It's going to be the game week I don't play him. Mm-hmm. The game week I'm not tricked. I don't know, but his cap keeps getting lower.
Yeah, exactly. City's asking about Donovan. Let's actually, so he's probable tomorrow. He's got a cap 48. Cap of 43, projection of 39. I like Donovan Mitchell. They got 2 games. It seems like if he's not fully good to go, it's not like he's missed 3 weeks, right? So if he's good to go, he's going to play. He's not going to do minutes restrictions.
Yeah. And like he's just like gonna go off some games, so it's not that bad. His cap's at 43 right now, so like if you're
Yeah.
squeezing him as your second guy, that's not bad. If he's like your MVP right now, I wouldn't be as happy though, because coming off an injury and stuff, maybe even if he plays all his minutes, maybe he's just like, giving up the ball a little more.
Yeah. He's got a nice projection, but I like Kenyon Martin Jr. He does. No, I was just saying that he was in both of them. So either way, Kenyon Martin Jr. was in it. I was just goofing. Cap of 21 best play. It's going to be Trey Murphy or it's going to be Benedict Mathurin. It's going to be your choice. We are 23 away from 200. Let's go. Keep liking the stream, subscribe, and share this stuff and share it. What do you think about Rui Hachimura? Will he get some minutes for the Lakers? It's really tough to project. How many games do the Lakers have this game week? Was it 2? I know one's against OKC. He's not on a team right now. All right, let me check LeBron. They've got 2 games. I would be more interested in Rui this time next week than I am the first 2. It feels way too risky, the first one. I know he just put up a monster game for the Wizards, scoring 30 real-life points, and maybe they do just run him out there, but I don't know. I mean, Russ is probably going to feed him some dimes. All right, you answer this one. Siakam, Darius Garland, or Jaylen Brown. Who do you got this week?
Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen Brown's gonna have a big game this week.
It was weird. It sounded like you said Dylan Brown, and I was like, dude, Dylan Brown, not a player.
Dylan Brooks is my answer to that question.
I like that too. I think Jaylen Brown with 3 games. I like it. Brandon Ingram's toe or Najee Marshall's toe? I'm going to say both toes. They're both going to miss a game. That's going to be my guess. Jabari Smith Jr. ruled out. Are you kidding me?
No, that screws me so much.
Okay,
everywhere.
I will say Kenyon Martin Jr. becomes a great play, even if he was already a great play. I actually have to see right now. Did I sell my Kenyon Martin Jr. or do I still have it? God, that's going to mess up my lineups too. Nope, I sold it. Awesome job. Yeah, so Kenyon Martin Jr., that's going to affect him. That's going to affect
me.
TST. It's going to affect Şengün. It's going to affect Tari Eason. We might get a little bit Usman Garuba. Maybe some Bruno Fernando. So that's going to, Jae'Sean Tate becomes a pretty good play. Yeah, let's just list all the Houston Rockets. Eason, that's right. Dragic out gives Caruso and White a boost. I read that as Dragic out gives Caruso the white boost. That's how I read that with the people. That definitely makes Tari becomes a pretty solid play. And Kevin Porter Jr. still out too. So like they're without KPJ, they're without Jabari Smith Jr. Are they without Eric Gordon too, or is Eric Gordon? I can't remember if Eric Gordon's back. Josh Christopher. Damn it. Wait, do I still have Josh Christopher? I know I had him for a while. I think I sold him. I think I gave him away. I do really suck at this game. I did. Wait, no, I have Christopher Brown. Not as interesting. Garuba or Cornette, says Jock Mo. Dude, this is a good question now with all of this injuries. I actually think it's Garuba. Actually, I think Garuba was projecting better than him already. So Garuba, cap of 8, projection in 10. Oh, okay. Yeah, I would take Garuba over Cornette. I would.
Both 3 games is interesting, but yeah, Garuba.
Yeah. All right, I have Mark Williams and Sohan in a team. Should I put in Tari instead of one of those? Oh, man. All right, so Tari Eason right now has a cap of 19 and projection of 21. That was before the injury news. I would put him in over Jeremy Sohan.
Yeah.
I'd still ride with Mark Williams because they have 3 games.
They all have 3 games.
Shit. I think
that's wild.
Look at the projections are all right there. So Tari Eason's definitely a play because he was already a better play than Mark Williams. Man, that's tough. I don't know. What are your 2 there?
I think I like Eason first.
Yeah.
And then I think I'd go. I don't love Sohan's ceiling. I feel like Mark Williams might almost weirdly have a higher ceiling.
Yeah. Hey, TST, let me ask you this real quick. When we were just talking about Jabari Smith Jr., and since they had 3 games, right? It's not a back-to-back, right? So he's got a day off after this game. Can you still roll Jabari Smith Jr. out with an ankle tweak? You think he's back?
So that's why I knew this was going to screw me, is because I have to make that decision, not only find a replacement. So like right now, I'm debating in my champion lineup, rolling with Jabari Smith Jr., knowing that he's missing the first game, or putting in Ben Simmons. God damn it.
I think you roll with the squad you had. Also, any question that's Eason or someone else, the answer is going to be Eason tonight, by the way. Like Eason or Damian Lee, Eason. Eason or Cornette, Eason. It's going to be Eason every time. Yeah, that Houston game is gonna. Who does Houston play tonight? I can't remember who they play tonight. That one's.
They play the Wolves tonight, then they play the Wizards and Cavs back to back.
There's going to be so many points in those games. Yeah, I love it. I love it. That's fun. That's what we like. That's what we like. We like the spice. We like the spice. All right, we only got a few minutes left. Eric Gordon or Hayward? It's probably Eric Gordon if Gordon's playing. Is Garrison Matthews to play? All right, let me check Gordon's projection before all this. Gordon.
Borland brings up a good point. Sangoon is about. We talked about him earlier and how he's a great play. Now he's insane play.
Yeah, I mean Şengün's a great play, but I think he's also saying that he's about to get smashed by everyone that has Anthony Edwards absolutely murdered him.
Oh yeah.
Garrison Matthews is fine, because what's his Wesley? Oh, it's Matthews. He's Garrison Matthews. There we go. Cap a 9, projection of 9.8. That's probably going to double. Honestly, it's probably going to go up to 20. Let's actually see. Let's see what he is. Man, I can't do it. I can't buy any more things.
Just go with it.
Yeah, but I just want to see what.
Do you even have enough ETH for him?
Nope. All right, 13 for limited. Let's see what he is for rare though.
No, he's $4 for limited. No, or is that an auction?
Oh, am I in auctions? No, manager sales. $4.
No. Yeah, $4.
What's his rare? And his rare's only 25.
Jeez, it's my rare situation right now. My rare lineups.
No, I don't own enough stuff. It doesn't make sense. I shouldn't do it. God, I hate this game. I seriously do. Schroeder or Porter? Lotto, I'm not sure if Michael Porter is playing. I'd go ahead and just roll out Schroeder. Picked up your Kenyon Martin for the champion. There we go. Best play under 14 is probably fucking these dudes now.
All of Houston.
Yeah, the Houston team. Let's see. The Houston team, Jalen Williams of OKC is projecting well. Dwight Powell, I'm not going to say his name. Joe Harris is a great play at 13. Wow, this is tough. Look at how white this dude is. It's true. Wow. Yeah, Peyton Pritchard's a good play too. Guys, are we going to hit 200? We're only here for 2 more minutes. I need 27 more asses here, all right? We need to hit that 30 mark. We're almost there. Yeah, Veronica gets it. 30 more. If you haven't liked the stream yet, like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag TST. We got a few more minutes left for questions. Before we do that, TST, what do you have to plug for us?
Plug. I finally have a little setup here now that I got the place painted and everything. So we are going to be coming back with some game week previews. Hopefully one tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
The plan.
Hell yeah. If this is your first time here, just so you know, we do this show on Mondays and on Fridays. On Fridays, our boy Noam Gums. We have a special announcement coming midweek too about a little bit of a change, not really a change, just an addition to the show that we're doing already. So get ready for that. We do value hunting twice a week, although we didn't do it today because I was on the tele. But we will have value hunting back on Thursday morning, which just takes a look at all the cheap plays. We do a daily show Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. just talking hoops. A lot of fun stuff. So make sure you come back if this is your first time here because our numbers are pumping, baby. I think we just picked up like 15 new subs during the show. So hell yeah for new people. We'd love to see it. Derek White or Caruso or Zachary Collins. I'm going to just pump the Derek White bags. Like, I know Caruso is in a good spot now with no Dragic, and they just said Dragic was going to miss 2 games. But Derek White he's got a cap of 23 and a projection of 23. I think that has way more room to run, though, without Smart and Brogdon. He's going to be a great play. I don't agree with this projection. Caruso is going to get a little bump, no Dragic. And then Collins, I'm actually curious about since they have 3 games. Yeah, they're all pretty good. I'd lean Derek White. I don't know.
I go Derek White too. And I think too that there's a chance Smart is missing more than 1 game. So
yeah,
I'd have multiple stabs at him starting and getting a lot of minutes.
I think so too. All right, couple more questions. Mark Williams or Tari Eason, both are 19. I think it's actually Tari Eason now. I mean, I love Mark Williams, but Tari Eason, like we are, like the situation that we were rooting for Mark Williams, we've just been presented with for Tari Eason tonight. So like that's the upside. Jaren Jackson Jr. limited a goodbye at 36. That feels high unlimited, honestly, but I love Jaren Jackson Jr., especially because he doesn't turn the ball over a ton and he gets a lot of blocks. And those are like,
you're hoping for a playoff player there too.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like, you're playing them deep into the season, depending on your opinion of the Memphis Grizzlies.
Throw some offers out for like 32. I'd like it around 30. Pritchard's a great play tonight. Yeah, we talked about Pritchard. With all this news, what's the best L10? Man, there's so many of them now. I mean, Jericho Sims. Oh, just bit my tongue. Jericho Sims to me is still going to be the best one. Hartenstein's fine, but like Jericho Sims is just like absolutely popping. His minutes are secure as long as he doesn't get into foul trouble. So Sims, Pritchard, Garrison Matthews, like there's a bunch of options down there. Jokic or Vooch for MVP? I mean, you're doing it, right? You're rolling Jokic out there.
I'm rolling Jokic because I bought him to roll him out every week. So
Yeah.
like, I mean, I could like my other choice would be Shea. So if Shea had more than one game, it'd be him. But
I mean, Vooch is like fine. But Jokic can get you 100.
Yeah, if you have those options, you're going Jokic.
Yeah. Best L10 that does. I think it's Garrison Matthews. I think it was Garrison Matthews that we just looked at. It's only a couple of bucks. Harrell or Londell? Oh God. Sixers have. I don't imagine Embiid sits this week because that just seemed to be rest. So I think. I don't know, dude.
They only have one game too, I think.
Yeah, so. It's Jock, but I don't love it. Io or Vanderbilt? I think we go Io. All right, what else we got here? Sims is so damn expensive. Yeah, Sims is really expensive. I actually have to list him tonight. Yeah, Kyle Anderson's been balling Borland. I do think Anderson's numbers take a pretty big hit though once Rudy and Cat come back, but that's no disrespect to Kyle Anderson. He's been awesome. All right, let's call it there. We're gonna call it there. Again, listen, thank you everyone for hanging out today. This is your last call right here. Like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag TST into the chat. We're back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. with our let's stay tuned. It should be 9 a.m. but I've done too much today. For anybody that's an Amazon Prime fan, I was on a show called Game Breakers today where we talked about the All-Star game and making it fun again. You ready? Can I give you what my takes were? I came up with 3.
Okay.
First take, the coolest thing that's happened in the All-Star game in the last couple of years was when LeBron and KD were voting and refused to vote for Harden, like till the end, right? That clip was awesome. I think the captain should pick the other team.
Oh.
Right? So then it kind of starts from worst to best and they ping pong back and forth.
Okay. Should they also do that like on the court right before tip?
Oh, yeah. I'm fine with that, too, although I do like having Charles Barkley laughing involved.
Yeah,
I do like that.
Yeah. And because it's entertainment on a different night. So,
yeah.
Okay.
The second one, the dunk contest, instead of having Cole Anthony put on Tim's and Jalen Green put on a Top Shot pendulum, we get Alfred Şengün out there, and he has to play defense, and it's just posters.
It's like slam ball style?
Yes.
Where he runs in from the side?
It's just posters. That was my favorite one. And you could do that 2 ways. You could have Brook Lopez out there instead. And he he's just defense. And maybe you have a defender win. The third one, and I'll preface this take with, I hate this slap fight competition that's happening right now. Slap fight show. But what if we did like a bracket of like the 4 most annoying people in the East versus the 4 most annoying people in the West, and then do a slap contest? Or we just do slap a Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen just gets slapped every time. Those are my three suggestions for the All-Star break. The only one I really like is the drafting. I think the drafting would be so fun.
The picking the other teams would be pretty amazing.
Right?
Also, I could just see like Charles Barkley being confused.
Yeah,
the whole understanding what's going on.
The whole time. Last thing here. What are you saying, Badavine? What's going on there? Badavine, you hit
You're wilding today, man. You're wilding today. What time is it where you are?
I know. He's hitting the sauce, I think. What do we think about Rui for the Lakers? I thought that was a no-brainer trade. They barely gave up anything, and they got Rui. And, like, if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, you're still the same team. Like, there was no downside there. It's like second-round picks. Who cares? All All right, let's spin this thing. Here we go for TST and myself. Thanks for everyone for being here today. If you win, shoot me a DM at Mike Zakarian on Twitter or in the Discord. I'm going to share a link to the Discord right now, too. So if you haven't joined that yet, get in there. Who took it down? Andreas Margakos. Let's go, baby. Let's go. See how I'm confidently mispronouncing names now, it seems like. Although that felt good. Here we go. Like the stream, subscribe. No, we already did that. Join the Discord if you haven't done it yet. Follow TST on Twitter. Again, thank you everyone for hanging out. For TST, for myself, we out.